Howdy guys, how we doing? Welcome back to another video of Westland Survival. How we doing? Hope you guys are well. So it is update time. 6.7 has arrived. A new frontier beckons the mysterious of the Boreal Wilds. Through the snowy pass, assist Leonard, a gunner, in building a dog sled and unlock the journey to the Boreal Wilds, a new and thrilling region to explore. Upgraded global map. Navigate an improved global map featuring enhanced details and selectively renamed locations for better immersion. Tasks in the Spirit Cave, a new type of quest added to the quest board, and UI improvements, no more accidental stealth in combat. So, yeah, I noticed that was a little bit of a thing, the accidental stealth. So they've fixed that up by the looks of things. So, unfortunately, our luck has run out on that. So it is what it is. All right, now. The Boreal Wilds await, and somehow I got an achievement lock and I got a Headhunter achievement goal. So thank you, Google Play. And I got a Supreme Predator, and what else did I get? White True Cowboy. Okay, I'm getting a lot of these XP bonuses and whatnot, and all these achievements that are coming through. But anyway, let's digress. Have you heard? A traveler called Leonard Gunner has come all the way from the Boreal Wilds on a dog sled with urgent news. He reports that a disease has struck Tekalenika. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, the main city of the region, which is now under quarantine. The vaccine they need a shipment hasn't arrived, and he needs help. Help Leonard gather the vaccines and construct a sturdy sled capable of transporting this crucial cargo. In return, Leonard will guide you to the Boreal Wilds, a new and unexplored region beyond the mountains. Begin the adventure by speaking to Dr. O'Connor on your ranch to start the quest chain. Please note, embark on this quest, complete the Marshlands quest chain in the Cultist camp, and finish chapter 5 of the storyline. So they are prerequisites that need to happen in order for this to, I guess, transpire. So, yeah. Really interested to see how this all sort of works out and how this actually, opens and broadens the world of Westland, and I guess fundamentally what we've got to look forward to effectively. So we've got Connor over there. Let me just quickly sidestep him and pick up a couple of things before we sort of get going. Alright, I grabbed what I feel like is going to be necessary and needed for this start of the quest line. So let's go ahead and speak with Douglas here. Alright, a musher with a dog sled out for the prospectors camp straight from the Boreal Wilds. Incredibly, he managed to cross the snowy wastelands. No one thought that was possible. A diphtheria epidemic, okay, I can't even pronounce that, but has struck the city of Tekalenika. And they urgently need a vaccine, but I don't have it. We have to put in a lot of effort to find everything. Please help this brave lad. Do something, otherwise our whole city might perish. It's unimaginable. Okay, so we're gonna have to go over to the Musher of the North. And actually, did I pick up everything that I need? I may need some, what do you call it? Some sugar treats for the horsey, because I feel like we're going to be doing a lot of back and forth with this as well. So let me quickly pick up some of the treats that I have here. Thank you very much. I think that should be sufficiently enough, I guess. Okay, and show me the event. So we've got the workers camp over here. Wow, that's quite expensive. But before we do that, guys, this little map has been updated. Now, okay. Ooh, did you hear that? There's a lot of noises happening around here. So you got the updated artwork for the actual map itself, so which is kind of neat, and everything else has changed as well. So you've got the wagon like that, the horses like that now on the right hand side. The dried forest is still far further away out, which look, I'm not too much of a fan of, which is, it is what it is. I'm more interested in looking at here. So Cypress Whale, the deep water, the bayou, the salt mine hasn't really changed. Oh, they have changed actually. Sort of been maneuvered around. I actually thought there was some cloud over here that they were going to unearth a new zone here as well, and I thought that was going to be part of this, but obviously not. and we've got a whole host of cloud over here, which I'm suspecting there's going to be some more, throughout the development of the initial update, which is 6.7, which I'll sort of explain as we go along as well. But let's go down here. As you can see, a lot of the UI has actually changed as well. The artistic design, credit to the artists that actually designed the map as well, and all the imagery that you see on Westland as well. It's nothing short of fantastic. They did mention that the bridge has become the old bridge as well, and there's been a couple of other changes here as well. The naturalist camp is still far out as well. I wish that was actually a little bit closer, but again, it is what it is. But you know what? You can see there's a lot of spread as well, and this has actually sort of given us a bit of a there's a little bit more cloud on this side, which wasn't like that in the beginning as well, and this is quite narrow and shallow, and as this is as well. So I reckon there's going to be some further enhancement as well. But we're going to head over to the workers camp, so we're going to be doing that right now, of course. So let's go ahead and do that. And as we can see, this is a sneak little peek of the actual land itself. Have a look at that, guys. So we can see that there's a bridge there as well. So I'm assuming that there's going to be some needance to fix the bridge at some point, because it looks like a drawbridge, if you will, but I can see that it's sort of damaged in a sense. That's my initial impression. Might be actually all good. It might not actually be broken or anything of that nature, but yeah, it looks like it does require some repair work potentially. But as you can see, there is a lot of cloud over here, so I'm guessing that's going to be the next evolution here, or the next expansion, so to speak. But yeah, you can see all the icons for the difficulty levels have changed as well. You can see this is obviously green too, so it looks yeah, really cool. Really cool. All right, so what do we got to do here? Here he is, Leonard Gunner. Hello, sir. Thanks for responding. Teklenkia has seen better days. Half the town is preparing to die and the other half is already dying. Wow. The vaccine is supposed to be delivered on the Lebel steamship. Sorry. That ship never arrived. Can you help find it? Really? We also need materials to reinforce the sled, otherwise the bottles will break on the way. Can you find them? If you help, I'll show you an easy path to our boreal wilds that even a horse would make it through. Interesting. So basically it's just allowing us to open up to a new location as well. I'm just going to see if there's anyone here to talk to as well. This looks very similar to the chapter 5. If not, it probably is the same map location as chapter 5. I believe it is, actually. I believe it is. It looks pretty yeah, it's pretty the same actually. So this looks like that's going to be the sled, but it's telling me that I speak with Captain Laurie. Okay, so this is the vaccine that we're going to need. Now I believe this is going to take some time, and I will explain why. So let's head over to Captain Laurie first before we do anything about that. So let's just go ahead and do just that. While we are doing that, I'm just going to quickly treat our little horsey, because we're going to need horsey for quite a bit of what do you call it? A bit of running around, so to speak. But yeah, I'm actually really loving the new UI to this. This looks fan-bloody-tastic. I'm sort of trying to see if there's anything else that I can sort of see on my end here, just to sort of ensure that we haven't missed anything yet. But looks like, yeah, looks like that's part of the whole chapter 5. So I'm guessing chapter 6 is basically going to sort of give us the introduction into the town. I reckon that's what's on the horizon, personally. But yeah, I feel like that's what we're looking at as well. So let's head over to the steamboat anyway. Let's speak with Laurie, see what he's got to say, and see why his tardiness has let the town down. Okay. Alright, so darn it, it's not my fault. My Lebel was struggling when these damned medicines were sinking. I was busy saving the ship, not some jars and bottles. But I saw how those cultist sea crows take part of the cargo and the river rock took the rest. Go to those freaks and maybe you'll find something, but be careful. And ask One-Eyed Jack, that old pirate definitely knows something. You know what I mean. Oh man, so we're gonna have to speak to One-Eyed Jack. Alright, so we're obviously going to travel over to the cultist camp over here. So we're going over to Z Deep Water, so we'll be doing that now. So we'll be traveling over. But yeah, it looks like we're going to be going to the cultist camp as well, which is why I sort of armed myself a little bit more than what I would normally do. But yeah, I think we're going to have to clear the cultist camp as well, which I haven't done since I've done it initially. So I'm not looking forward to it personally, but yeah, it's something that we're going to be sort of needing to do. So let's go ahead and enter. And let's see what it's all about. Where are we going? Here we go. One-Eyed Jack, what's going on? Yes, I've heard about the medicine. The cultists took most of it for some strange reason, but from time to time people find and bring me the vaccine bottles. Usually I refuse. I'm not a pharmacist, but you're lucky I have a bottle right here now. For helping my friend repair his beloved label, I'll gift you this bottle. And I can hold some more for you if it shows up, but it won't be free. So let's go ahead and complete that. Workers camp. So gather the supplies for the dog sled. Gunner needs to repair the sled and load it with medicine, and the vaccine can be found at the cultist camp, and it's also worth visiting Jack for it sometime. So that's basically how we're going to need to. There's the vaccine. It's going to take 20 nuggets, which I can actually pick up one right now if I really wanted to. There we go. It's already processed that. It's already sold out, so I can't do anything more with that, unfortunately. But that's actually not cheap. But it does state that we can actually go to the cultist camp and actually acquire some more should we choose to do so. It's going to be interesting to see how much. Wow, it's going to be all the way back there again. It's going to be interesting to see how much is required for that medicine. Is it going to be a less amount or a high amount? Something in between. Not too sure until we see the sled that we need to repair. So I'd imagine there's going to be some standard issue stuff that we're going to need to utilize to repair the sled itself, so standard resources, and then this medicine that we're going to need, which obviously doesn't form as part of the actual construction of the sled. It'll be more or less a sufficient amount of medicine that's required in order for Leonard to take back to the camp. So I feel like this is where things are going to slow down for a lot of people as well. So there's only going to be so many times that we're going to be able to potentially take and pick up those medicines. So now the reason why I say this is you got to remember each camp resets once per week, right? So we're obviously going to be able to find only one vaccine per cultist camp run. So you got to look at it from this perspective. There's going to be a lot of resources that you need to sink in order for you to pick up said medicine to do the cultist camp, or you're going to need a lot of nuggets. 20 nuggets. That's a high amount. So I feel like this is going to take some time for a lot of people, or for the general. There you go. You need 50. Wow. Okay. And I've only got 2, so I'm going to drop those 2 in there. Obviously, I actually don't have a lot of coffee, which I'm going to need to make. This I can gather. That I can gather easily. That I've already got. And that I've already got. So I can complete 1, 2, 3 off the bat, and 2 with some grinding, which obviously is not going to take a great deal of time. But the medicine's going to take some time in order for us to accumulate this stuff. So it can only be found at the cultist camp at the moment, and we can obviously trade it while we're at the deep water. So One-Eyed Jack is going to be able to dispense that for us. So that's obviously going to reset every so often. So it'll probably be once per day. in order for us to pick up that. So if you look at it, it's basically going to take us, wow, it's going to take us quite a while if I'm thinking about it. Because you look at it this way, once per week over 50, that's nearly a whole year. So once per week at the Cultist camp, or you can basically buy close to a daily basis of 20 nuggets. At the expense of 20 nuggets per medicine. So it's going to take several weeks for the most, efficient player that's going to be able to unlock the new area and the new tier of area in order for you or for everyone else to explore the place. So there's going to be a needance of a lot of gold nuggets. And where do you find gold nuggets? Simply, you're going to find that by doing a lot of alliance work. So the alliance side of things is going to be quite, pivotal in order for you to progress to the next state in the game. So I feel like that's what's going to need to happen. And if you're going to do the Cultist camp on a weekly basis, it's going to take you close to a year because there's 52 weeks in a year. There's 50, and it's going to take, if we're in January now, we're basically going to be heading close to October, November in order for you to pick up everything. Well, actually close to the start of December, really, if you think about it. Yeah, that's basically where it's at. If you were just to do the Cultist camp, which is probably the most expensive way of burning a lot of other resources, but if you have an alliance, then you can do the alliance route and pick up one on a daily basis. That's 50. So you've got about 48 days in this example here. So that's basically what? That's over a bit over a month, if that makes sense. So about nearly 2 months, something like that. Yeah, month and a half to 2 months. That's what you're looking at. If I'm doing everything off the top of my head here, guys. So I'm sort of just trying to give you guys a bit of an indication on how long it'll, theoretically take. Yes, it's going to be, for those more experienced players. For me, I'm going to need to head back to my alliance, and I feel like I'm going to need to, do something about it. Now, I need you guys help with this as well. So if you can actually let me know in the comment section down below, that is going to be helpful for me. Now, the question that I'm going to need to ask is, I haven't actually finished off everything in relation to my alliance. Yes, I've actually let it go for quite some time, and I apologize to my alliance people that are, if they're still playing the game or not, I have no idea, but I hope they are, potentially, but only because I feel like I need to complete this, which is the Minecraft, because that allows me to store mined ore, storage space for mined ore, but unrefined ore, yet ore. I guess contribute your resources if you want this to work uninterrupted. So I don't know if this is too much of a requirement per se, but I feel like this needs to be done, which is the slice box is what I'm calling it. So this is where gold nuggets are being separated from ore and delivered to the headquarters. In order to scale up refining, you'll need to upgrade it, obviously. So in order for me to build this, now we've had some people go and have gone into negative. So I'm guessing they got their resources returned back to them. I believe that is the thing behind that. But I'm going to need a serious amount of resources in order for me to trigger this. In order for me to actually, get things rolling? Or is it a case that I've got this here and I can load up some dynamite, requires 16, and basically explode dynamite, get ores that way? Does that work? I need you guys to let me know in the comment section down below, because I don't want to start burning dynamite for no reason if it's not going to amount to anything, if that makes sense. So yeah, I would really love to lean on you guys. If you guys could tell me that in the comment section down below, that'd be really helpful. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing a lot of resource running just to get the alliance up and running, so I can facilitate all this to get all my gold nuggets, and then basically get a steady stream of gold income, and that will allow me to make those purchases to get the medicine, complete the recipe, get the sled up operating, and then basically away we go. Otherwise, the only other way that you guys can do this, and this may take some time as well, in addition to running the Cultist camp, is basically once per day, is that you're basically heading over to Silverton and you're trading resources for nuggets. That's the only other way that you can do this. Yeah. So basically, if you're wanting to stay on the most frugalist path, and if you don't have enough resources to do the alliance, is that you're going to be needing to trade resources for gold nuggets via Silverton and doing the Cultist camp once a week. So yeah, basically if you work it out in your head there, so we've got what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So yeah, it's going to take you a week's worth of getting enough gold nuggets to purchase one if you're doing it via Silverton, and then obviously doing the Cultist camp. So you're maxing about 2 medicines per week, which basically takes you around to about what, close to mid-year, August. No, that's too far away. So yeah, so I would suspect around about what, the May, June time, that players that don't have an alliance, that's how long it's possibly going to potentially take you in order for you to get all of your medicines, right? Even despite that, if you've got all the resources ready to go and you've added all that into the Sled recipe, then yeah, you're waiting around for that. Similar to like that when we did the label, right? The label wasn't as expensive, so you could actually do it quite quickly, and you could easily do it the way of going to Silvertown. So that's how I did it personally, to get all the necessary label parts to build the steamboat to allow us to go to the deep water in the first place. So yeah, so I did it that way. This requires a little bit more resources that's required in order for you to complete the sled and have the ability to go over there. So there are going to be some people that will have that ability and they'll be able to do it quite soon. A, alliance speak. B, they'll be a little bit more frugal in terms of getting all their resources, so it won't take that long for them to do that, but for others it's going to take a little bit longer. I would imagine at some point, like they did with the label, is that the developers will allow you to purchase more than one per visit, if that makes sense. So they did that with the label towards the end, and then you're able to purchase, I think, up to 2, I think, or maybe a little bit more, I think, and they may do the same. They may even end up potentially lowering the gold ask in order for you to make your purchases via the trader as well. So that could be another potential thing they may do once everything is ready. So what they've done is they've given us the teaser, okay? So they've given us this teaser that there is a new map, a new zone, everything else in between is going to expand, and looks like we're going to sort of go up here a little bit. So there is room up here by the looks of things. And then there's obviously more room down here, which I feel like that's something that this is going to be more mountains. So this mountain part here is probably going to continuate here, and then we're going to get a cluster of more zones for us to visit, and so on and so forth. That's what I believe that's happening. It could be something completely different. It might be just a very small offshoot. I don't know, but yeah, guys, Tier 6 is on its way via this road here. In order for us to get to, and this looks like there's going to be another little zone here in the snow part as well. If I'm looking at this here, obviously you can't interact with it, so it is what it is, but you can't do anything else there. But looks like we're going to be needing to sink a lot of time and effort into this to try and get this done. But like with anything, the earliest adopters, whoever's got the most resources available, and mainly gold nuggets in this instance, are going to benefit from this. I feel like I'm going to kick myself a little bit because I could have done a lot of trading, over the year of last year up until now, and I would have been in a better position to try and get a lot of the vaccines on board, and I could have got this done sooner. So I guess that's on me. But yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of grinding, guys. I'm going to do a serious amount of grinding in order for us to try and get the content out to you sooner as possible. But yeah, guys, I know I've talked a lot about this. There is a lot to take in. It isn't a substantial update, but it is a big update to kick things off. So this is the first of 2024's update for Westland, and there's going to be obviously more incremental updates as time goes on. So I would imagine that there's going to be some changes and some additions for this update post 6.7. I would imagine that 7.0 is going to be the major update, because obviously that's the next numerical change, excluding the decimals, of course. So I would imagine that that's going to happen at some point. And that way, that's when everything is effectively going to kick off. And I feel like the bar to get into this new zone will be evidently lowered. That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, guys, that's enough from me. Thank you for watching, checking out this video. Let me know about the Alliance side of things as well. That'd be really helpful if you guys can do that for me. But make sure you leave a like. Obviously comment down below, share if you can, and if you guys are new to the channel or not and you'd like to see more, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos. Alrighty guys, that's it for me. Thank you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.